Okay, I kind of hate that Twitch opens a random, or not Twitch, OBS opens a random side panel, and then there's nothing in it. Why does it even exist? Okay, anyway, let me just get the Discord notification. I'm a little late today. Okay, I'm about to mute it in time. Just had a sneezing fit. So I did not work on this at all yesterday, so we are exactly where we left off. I did have an idea, though. I could... Wait, why is it off center? Is this whole model off center now? No? Okay, that was weird. But I'm thinking if I do maybe this, and then actually smaller than that. Well, maybe I use a cylinder. Then my thought was I could use this to carve out indents for the leg. Maybe like there. I don't know if that It's not gonna be too sharp of a point right there. And that'd be fine. And then let's just join these so I can use them to cut at the same time. And I should. There we go. And then let's cut out of the top as well. Oh wait, how do I unjoin something? Alt J? Oh, you know what? Let's just do mesh separate by parts. Or is that? Separate by parts. Okay. Then do that for the top part. And we now have underwear. I don't know if that's going to be big enough because I still need to put in a bunch of wires and pistons and stuff. I guess I probably should have done the top as well. So this could have a consistent radius, but I can just hold on to that, I guess. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, I probably need to make... Actually, how are these... Okay, that's really high up. That's why that looks weird. Put that there. And then... Yeah, I guess the shoulders do go all the way that way. I kind of don't like how pixely that looks. Oh wait, let's not do that. You know what? I can worry about it later. Let's see if we can get... Okay, so if I do these panels for the arms, I think they should probably be on the top, because that would be the outside of the arm. Yeah, Peabody's panels on the outside and, well, the top and the back. So I guess, like, I'm gonna scratch my nose. That would obviously can't see me. I don't know why I moved my hand. But you'd be able to see most of the panel when I do that. Okay, I can probably just. Should I make a new one of these or just copy paste what I have? Wait, let's rename this. Just call it hips. You know what? Maybe we'll do some music. Well, I won't get copyright strikes. I just looked up if the Portal music was copyright, and there are multiple answers, so I don't want to risk it. We're just having another sound stream. I might need more plating than this. Or at least have these plates like kind of wrap around the front and back a bit more. Because just filling that with wires isn't going to make it look very good. Oh, and I still need to cut. I need to cut these plates so they're not just squares. But I had an idea for that. Actually, let me just hide this for now. Let's call that hips cutter. Then hide that. So for the legs, I had the idea of how I can make a box, cut out the shape I want, and then use the box as like a cookie cutter to make that shape. Let's do that real quick. Why is stuff not spawning at 00 anymore? Oh wait, does stuff spawn at the cursor? How do I move the cursor? Cursor's not even an object. There we go. It's at least closer to 0. And let's just have to deal with that. Okay, so that completely encapsulates that. Then let's get probably like just 2 cylinders in a box to cut out a hole. So I don't want this to be too big, but I also still want a radius on it. So I'll have it go right to the edge. My, oops, neighbors are deciding it's time to beat up the walls. Actually, is that long enough? Oh, it's not even in the right spot. Put that right to the edge, and then we'll get another box to get those last little bits. So I guess it doesn't need to be perfect. I just need it to cover. And then we take these 3 objects, cut it out of the big one, and then take that and cut it out of the plate. And that should just cut off these corners. Although, should it make, well, I was going to say, should I make the bottom a little narrower than the top? But I'm also going to cut lines through it. So let's combine, yeah, these 3. And the big cube. Oh, wait, is that? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, big cube, modifier. I'm probably not going to be able to hit that. Okay, let's just do, can I? Okay, hopefully that works. Alright. That did not work. What would that do? Oh, did that cut everything except that? Hold on, let's start over. This, Boolean, this one. Why did that just disappear? It's just not. No, those are connected. Why is this not? I wonder if this is one of those times where I just need to close and reopen Blender for it to work. Because I want this to cut out that. What is that box? Oh, is it cutting out the wrong direction? Okay, how about this one? Cut out this one. Is that what I want? Now just the cylinders are gone. No? Okay, I want to try and close and reopen Blender. Hopefully OBS can pick that up fine. Yeah, okay, that worked. Okay, where are the cylinders? There they are. Why? Okay, maybe I just... Wait. Are the cylinders part of this? I should have just done this one at a time. And I don't think it's going to let me separate. Oh, maybe it did. Yeah, okay, that worked. So let's just do this one at a time. And actually, we also extend cylinders to make sure, for sure, that's going to cut everything. Okay, big cylinder, or big cube, minus cylinder, apply. Didn't work. Do I need to manually increase the polygon count here? I thought it would just automatically do that. It has on so many other things. Oh wait, it has... Did that cut? Why? So that has the edges. It just didn't cut. Oh wait, it didn't cut all the way through. What is going on with Blender today? Oh, I still need to change the number of backups, or the number of undos I can do. Okay, so that's, well, actually, that still might not be enough. Okay, this is back to a normal cube. Let's take out this one first. Okay, big one minus little one. Didn't work. There has to be something that I'm doing different from last time, because I just did this with this, and it was fine. Is it not like that it's completely contained? Here, what if I do this? So it just cuts it in half. Is that enough for you to handle Blender? No, that didn't work. This is going to be like the weight paint thing where I just happen to be, I click things in the exact wrong order, but it should work, but Blender's super stubborn and doesn't work. I don't really know what to do different to get this to work, other than maybe just manually add a ton of polygons to this. Because it was able to add the vertices. This is set to difference. I guess we can change the method. No, that still doesn't do anything. Did it? Yeah, it added the dots. Let's just hide these real quick. Oh, it's not even a very clean cut. Okay, let's do. What about float? Without support for overlapping geometry. That's the entire reason you use this. I guess we'll have to do exacts. Oh wait, why does that still have points right there? Oh, that's from where the box tried to cut out. Hey, Zigma. Yeah, I'm doing all this to try and make just a cookie cutter for the lug panel. And they should have taken all of 3 seconds, but it's just not working. Because my idea is, so you can kind of see the panels like that. And then I want to cut a circle, a rectangle, and a circle out of a big box, and that will leave a hole that's the size of what I want to cut out of the leg panel. I mean, I want to say it's been going good, but this is just refusing to work. As I go, so I select the big box and modifier. I pick the cylinder and I apply, and that should cut a cylinder hole through it, and it just doesn't. But I go here, like, and it has the lines as if it cut, but it only cut on one side. It didn't cut on the other side. I mean, I can cut them directly, but it's not going to be as smooth lines. That's why I'm trying to do it this way. There probably is some weird Blender specific thing where you can hit 10 shortcuts in a row and it works. That's one thing I really hate about trying to get help for Blender is someone's like, oh, how do I do this? And someone just replies, Control Shift Alt T, then tap U, then hit Shift A, and then your problem is solved. And like, thanks, that solves my problem, but what the heck did you do? I'm never going to remember that. Okay, how do I get this to cut? Oops, all the way through. Because these are obviously long enough. It should just punch a hole all the way through. You know what? I will resort to asking Google. Okay, Blender, Boolean difference not working. Okay, it's like Google's been listening to my conversation. I'm not gonna look at the AI answer. That's gonna be a waste of time. You need to remove doubles on the carving object. Oh, is the cylinder not proper? Remove 0 vertices. Okay, so that one's fine. How about the big cube? Remove 43 vertices. Okay, so something broke with that. Maybe we'll try again. Boolean, cylinder, go. Now the cylinder's gone. Why is the cylinder gone? Okay, it was still there. Did this at least get... Oh, that's... Well, it cut all the way through. It just didn't delete, and it made a total mess. Okay, I think I just need a new cylinder. That one is obviously broken. Hey, Olivia. Yeah, I lost everything, so I'm remaking a new model. Okay, well, I think that's our problem, is that the cylinder is not good. Let's just get another one and then make it the same size. Actually, before we even move it, merge by distance. Remove 0. Okay, this is a proper cylinder this time. that to line up here. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, just this kind of rough to start with, but the main thing is I want that edge to be under, so you get the full circle instead of a curve line and then a curve. Okay, let's get the cylinder, just delete that. And that one, let's copy paste first. Okay, that's probably fine. Delete that cylinder. Oh, you know what? It's probably from when I disconnected, when I hit separate by loose parts. That's probably, it probably cut off the tops of the cylinder. That makes sense. Okay, so now we should be able to big cube, cylinder, apply. Hey, it works. Okay. That's what I wanted all along. Get out of here. Now let's do this. Yep, delete that. Perfect. Okay, now we have a cookie cutter for just chopping off those little bits on the end of the plate. That was way too much work just to do that. But also, I think I need to turn this into a mesh before I can do that. Hey, Himitsu. Modeling is finally working. So I don't know. Just move that to the side. Is that how much curve I want to the plate? You know what? That's probably fine. Let's just convert to mesh and then do this one. Cut by this. And now we should have, yeah, there we go, curved plate. All that just to get rounded corners. I don't think it even looks all that good, but it'll probably look a lot better once we get like wires and stuff. We get rid of that one. I'll move that over and flip. Okay, so now we have hips and thigh pleats. Yeah, I'm guessing most of my viewers are from like the recommended, multiple people watch the same person. So you can also come here. What you're just talking about. Okay, so now I need to do the same thing for these ones. I'm thinking maybe I just cheat and scale this one down. That will save us some time, although that's not as not lined up. I need to rotate it back a little bit. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let me get the angle in this. That's the Y. Let me go to here. Okay, turn that into that. Nope. Okay, we need to add, probably just take off 90. Okay, perfect. Although that doesn't look, yeah, it still looks off. It has to be like there. And then make that a mesh. Yeah, so my last novel, where is it? Here we go, reference. My last model, so you bring in freelance. We are finally making progress today, but so I made a VRoid model, which is basically like a character creator. Um, so that's a very easy way to get something, but it does look kind of generic. Like once you see the hairstyles, like the default hairstyles in Morito, you'll notice them on like every VTuber. So I got a plugin for Blender where I can import VRM, and you see the panels on this are actually just skin, like the Vroid skin, and then I cut out different chunks of the skin and then just threw in wires. So this model looks complex, but it's really not. So for example, if I get the reference body, this is what I'm using just for an outline. I go into edit mode, wireframe. Can I just select that and delete? That's how I made the hole for this model. I mean, not as like haphazard as that. I actually went through and clicked on the different vertices, but yeah, that's how I made this model. And then I just shove some wires in through some regular spheres in, and that's it. But this time I'm trying to do everything in Blender. Yeah, I deleted out like the stomach, and then anywhere around joints I cut out, and then like most of the head and the hair. For this hair, I actually made Oh, my camera's kind of messed up. For that hair, I did a curve, SE curve, and then went to depth. Yeah. And then look at that, it's a strand of hair. And I just did a whole bunch of those and then made them kind of converge at the point. But that also really wasn't that hard. Everyone thought like this model is super complex and it really wasn't. This one's going to be a lot more complex. If you can see, everything's going to be custom. And I'm kind of hoping, let me get rid of that reference. Oh wait, is this ready to cut? Yeah, I think it might be. I'm hoping I can make it look good. Because so far I've only done stuff that doesn't really need detail. What am I doing? There we go. Then apply. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. Then let's move that to the other side as well. Okay, so we have leg panels basically done. Although I'm still debating if I should have them curve around the front and back more. Because on Peabody, so like those legs, they go from a little bit past the front center to the back center. So they're like a half shell at 50%. And then Atlas, he doesn't really have, I guess these parts are kind of panels. So like they go from just the side all the way around the front. So they're like 75%. Well, I guess if you look at it from this side to this side, that's half. But yeah, I think these leg plates should probably be bigger. And maybe like halfway around. Actually, I could. Wow, those legs are kind of skinny. I was gonna say I could chop out a section of leg here, but I really need to avoid using that, like any part of it. Yeah, I really want to. Oops, that's the wrong one. I really want a model like inspired by these guys. I think because I'm going to be relying on these plates so much, I kind of have to have them as thigh plates instead of hip plates. because the overall like silhouette of the model, I want it to kind of follow the curve. I know the bottom bit that's not following the curve, but the V-Ride feet are super messed up. Like, I don't know what the reference was, but nobody's ankles do that. Unless they were just hit by a bat. But yeah, I need to figure out. Oh, yeah, I am also copying the three fingers. I want to see if that would work very well. And that also means less work for me to map all that to bones and whatnot. But I still don't know how to make these connect to like a palm and then a wrist. But we'll do that later. Let's do arms now. Arm plates. Which I think for arm plates, I probably should have bar curve. So they go around the arm more. Because I need that. I'm definitely going to cut this out. But if that's. Oh, wait, let me look at the body's reference. Yeah, maybe that's a little high up. Let's do like that. And then get that cookie cutter back. Why is it tilted that way? Okay, let's get reference. Because I want the top of the arm. Maybe that would be good. So maybe get those little points out of the way. I hate when the camera gets like inverted. I think maybe that would be fine, but this arm kind of looks too wide. Okay, that's about normal arm width. Is that gonna work though? I feel like this needs to be maybe taller and skinnier. I don't want these little bits cutting into it. Oh, I guess they're far enough away. Oh, the toes. There actually aren't any toes. Also, I don't really see how this could be RoboCop. Oh, camera got inverted again. There we go. So the toes right now, they're more like shoes. Get that body out of the way. I might redo that because they look kind of small next to the shin plates. Actually, should these plates be on the front? That might look better. Oh, Peabody's feet. I mean, I could do something like that for my feet, but I think I'll probably just stick with this. All right, let's get back to this. Trying to figure this out. It's just not rotated. This kind of looks like the top is skewed to the left. Oh, is it rotated weird? Oh, I hate this camera. I don't know why it does this, but every so often, so like I click and drag up, everything should go up, and then down, everything should go down like this. This is how it should be. But every so often, it just gets like weirdly inverted and I can't control it. But also, I don't want this to go over the elbow. I guess I do still need to make this smaller. That's going to be a very tight curve, though. You know what? Maybe I just need to cut this cookie cutter a bit more so these edges don't stick in. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Yeah, I thought RoboCop was more of. Well, I guess there is the new RoboCop, if that's what you're talking about. But I remember the old RoboCop was basically just a guy in a suit. Because it was made like a super long time ago and that's what they had to work with. I haven't seen the new RoboCop. Okay, I need this to be oriented properly before I do this. Oh, there is the camera getting inverted again. It's weird because sometimes it's like just left, right inverted. And then sometimes it's both up and down, left and right. Oh, these holes aren't lined up. Maybe I should just remake this cookie cutter. I'm in D. You know what? Yeah, let's just remake this. But yeah, for the plates armor, that's basically every robot in media has kind of plate armor. Like these guys even have it. All right, let's do box. I can always scale this down. Do you cylinder? So that's probably good enough. We don't need it to be perfect. Then we need a box between these. I think that's maybe good enough. Although that's going to cause issues. Need that to be kind of inside the circles. Okay, and then let's get cutting. All right, bye, Himitsu. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to do this all in one go, and it's going to work perfectly fine. Because what could go wrong? It actually worked. Okay, let's get rid of these. Get this over to the arm. Do need reference body though. Because I want this to be roughly upper arm shaped. It's kind of hard to tell, as I can see from here. Is there a roll? Oh, that messed up. You know, that's probably fine. So the way I'm rotating the camera is with the numpad. 1 is front view, 3 is side view, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 are to rotate up and down by like, I don't know, 30 degrees. What's 90 divided by 6? Whatever that is. Maybe 15? And then 7, I guess it's top view. What's 9? Bottom view? Okay, so top, bottom, front, side. What's 5? I don't know what 5 is. Oh, I guess that's projected or not. Yeah, so like that's normal. And I hit 5, it takes a picture like you have a really big camera. Orthographic, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, let me get back to cutting this. Is that the right size? You know, I could always scale it. Let's do mesh, modifier, billion, cookie cutter, cut. And now, let's hide that. Perfect. We get hide the body as well. Okay, so I can do separate. Well, it could just delete. Let's just do that instead of trying to complicate it. I think it's shift is add. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have an arm plate. But also merge into geometry. Make it easier to move around. Is that good for an arm plate? I kind of don't like that this corner is sharp, but that might be fine. And now I kind of want to do that full curve around for the legs as well. I might just redo the black ones. Let's do, so if I did the upper arm is going to be the outside because that makes the most sense. The lower arm, I guess it's going to be rotating with my wrist, right? Actually, how does Peabody do it? Oh, key commands. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so Peabody has, it's over the top. Basically what I just did with that other one. Although you just have a cutout there. Frost Floor, thank you for the follow. No, he doesn't have a plate for the upper arm. But I definitely want a plate on everything because I'm gonna be heavily rely on those to as form. I think maybe. Oh wait, I should have named that first. Where is that? Oh, it is named. Okay. Oh, nice. It's going all right. We're actually making progress today. So yesterday I did a 4-hour stream and I ended with this. That's all I had for yesterday's stream. So that felt like a waste, but no, we're actually making some progress. At least I feel like I'm making more progress. It's already been an hour. Maybe we aren't making progress. All right, let's just scale this down. Would that be good? I thought that was a bot at first. Yeah, I was kind of thinking. I originally thought I'll cut out spheres here, but then that wasn't really cutting it, so I cut out cylinders. I think that worked out, and I'll probably do something the same for the chest. But I want to do easier stuff first. So I don't know. Let's get the reference back. No, actually, that's probably fine. I just have the hand in a weird spot because the thumb goes all the way back here for the bone on the thumb. So I need to figure out how the hand is going to work. If Blender could stop inverting controls, that would be nice. Actually, maybe I move this bar over some. Or we could have like a bar coming off the end and the middle. And then probably just a hand plate. Okay, maybe let's do that. Hide the body. And we'll definitely need something here. I guess it doesn't need to be right here where the end of that bone is. We could have like a ball joint here. Although I don't know how that's gonna move. Yeah, everything pivots around that ball. So I need to make a joint there. Although I don't know why the thumb has to be just so big. Why that starts at the base of the hand, because I mean I guess real thumbs kind of do that. But the base of your thumb is like most of your palm. And the actual bottom joint of the thumb is much more further out, like here or something. I know. I think it's Going kind of all right so far. This is what we have. Compared to last stream, I added this and we cut off the ends of these plates. And now I'm trying to figure out how hands work. So I don't want to have a ball immediately connected to another ball. But I think that's what I might have to do, just because of how the bones are laid out. Right, wrist left. Wait, how do his hands look? Okay, it's gonna be kind of hard to find a picture of just his hands. Okay, that's a CAD drawing of his hand. So yeah, he has basically just the tip of his finger is like a point, and then a ball, and then a cylinder, then a ball, then a cylinder, then a ball. Oh wait, here's an actual picture. I mean, yeah, it is basically that. I'm guessing this picture's from a video game. I know you guys can't see it, but I mean, that's basically what I have. Is I have, well, I don't have joints. These cubes are kind of just floating. But anyway, I need to move that into here. Maybe I should just make the thumb one smaller, because that doesn't need to be that big. What is going on? Oh, that's on rotate. Scale that down. Oh, that's in the right spot. Okay, I guess that could just be there. And then this doesn't need to be perfect. I might just have bars going between these parts. Or actually, should I even have this bar or make it fit within these two? Because I could just have a single bar going to this, especially if we're going to have a plate go over the top. I kind of don't want anything on this side because that's the index finger. So anything here is going to mess with the thumb. So right now I have it laid out for index and ring finger. And then I'm going to tie that to index and middle finger because those are kind of the only fingers I use. Well, I can't move the thumb to these lines. That's the viroid bones. And I have to get them in roughly the right spot, or else it's not going to move properly. I mean, I could have it offset, but that's going to have some weird issues. So here, if I go into pose and I move that around, that's how the thumb's going to move. And I mean, the middle finger and the ring finger are on like the same plane. So I can tie these parts to the middle finger and it should be fine because they're going to be moving in the same kind of way. But the thumb is at a different angle, so I can't like really reposition that very much. Okay, let's get maybe I should do the plate first. Well, no, because I want the plate to actually cover whatever I end up doing here. Because my thought was originally if I have this bar go like the entire width of the hand or the width of the knuckle, that's a little too much. I could then have a bar coming from the pinky down to the wrist and then the middle finger down to the wrist. Then that kind of looks asymmetric. It defeats the point of having 3 fingers. So I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably just have I want that to stick out on either end. Maybe just do 1 bar. Keep it simple. So wait, no, don't do that. Just copy paste this one. Make sure I'm actually moving the right thing. We'll call this hand lift palm. I should call this hand lift wrist so it gets grouped together with the other things. All right, let's get this proper length and rotation. I want that completely inside of the cylinder. Okay, I think that's probably good enough, right? Oh, that looks kind of bad. I guess maybe I should move this over. Wait, why is that? How does that make any sense at all? Okay, blender is high. That's working. Oh, that's local rotation. That's why it's all messed up. Hey, cool bunny. I think modeling is going a little better than yesterday. I'm actually getting some ideas down. I don't know, that still feels off. That stupid fly going around again. I guess the problem is this bone doesn't line up with the middle finger. I should probably just ignore that bone because it's not like you can see the bones. Although this bar, it's not going to be lined up with that bar. Oh, well, you know what? That's good enough. Nobody's going to see that. Okay, so to catch you up, we now have hips. I rounded the edges on the plates, and now we're working on the arm. Oh, I need to get some kind of elbow. So elbows only move. Yeah, elbows only move one direction, so I'd probably just steal the knees. Do the same thing up here. Oh, actually, I should probably connect these two. Did I name this? I did. Palm. Let's get one of these. Thumb to wrist. And this doesn't need to be big at all. I really hate that you have to be hovering over different things and hitting shortcuts does different things. So like if I'm hovering in this big area and I hit one, that goes to front view. But if I'm hovering over one of these buttons and I hit one, nothing happens because that blocks being able to send the shortcut to this area. And it's not like one does something different when I hover over here. It's just so many problems with Blender. Okay, that's probably fine. I just need it to be connected a little bit. And then let's get a plate. I should probably do... I could just cut a plate out of this. But I really need to not use that model at all. We're doing everything from scratch. I'll probably just do a new curve because this is going to be a new surface. This is going to be a weird shape. Also needs to be flatter. Okay, sorry, I was taking care of something else. Actually, should I have plates on the fingers? Probably not, right? Because the fingers are going to be... Yeah, the fingers kind of need to be whole. Although I don't know if I should do cubes like it currently are. Actually, that might be fine as come with cuts. Maybe like a triangle? Like that? But then have rounded edges? I think that could work. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, controls get inverted. Okay, and then we'll just copy paste that. And then we'll have straight lines between these. Oh, is that going? It's going over the edge. Okay, I think... I mean, I could just do that. What if I had... Well, no, I kind of want the straight edges. All right, let's get a cube in here. Then I want to line this up. So you might go basically from here to here. Maybe that's good. Not perfect, but close enough. Make that taller. And then we do the same thing for the other 3. Oh, I just remembered I need to do laundry today. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, the washing machine is now going, and hopefully it's not too loud. Okay, I think. That's probably as good as that's gonna get. So let's start cutting. Oh, I need to make a mesh first. That's why it's not showing up. There we go. We'll do the first cylinder. Yep, that worked. Just delete them as we go, I guess. Oh, wait, that's backwards. We need to make. Did that work? Nope. There we go. Okay, we need to use this to make a cookie cutter and then use that to cut off these edges. So let's get another tube in here. Okay, that's going to be much better. Let's just make it shorter so it's a little easier to deal with. Okay, tube. Then we cut out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Cylinder. Cut. That worked. Cube. Yeah, it's a little jagged there. Yeah, I would be completely lost trying to make this if I didn't know about chopping stuff up like this. Okay, there is our cookie cutter. Let's do this. Cut by this. And there we go. We have a hand plate. Don't like that edge though. Let me get. I fix that. Merge. Center. Same for here. Oh wait, let me get. Yeah, there we go. I think I still had some of the other ones selected. Okay, is that all of the edges smooth? Yeah, I didn't even do that check for any of the other plates, but I assume they're probably fine since they're just one piece. Oh no, I did the same way. Oh well, it wasn't obvious. Okay, so that is the hand mostly done. My camera all weird. There we go. That's the hand mostly done. It'd be nice if that curved a little bit more, but it's probably fine. Now let's cut this. You know what? Let's cut the elbow first. Just steal one of the knees. So this is kind of like my very first model where I had cylinders and pipes inside the V-Ride skin. We're coming full circle. Why is that not updating? There we go. I guess that rotation probably doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Hurry up, let's just make this centered on that. And then the size of it. Can't tell, is that? Yeah, it looks right. How's that? Big enough? Not really. Okay, there we go. We got an elbow. And this, to extend to the wrist. I wonder if there's a way just to extend in one direction, so I have to extend and move back and forth. Okay, that looks good. Oh, and how should I do the shoulders? Because on my last model, I just had spheres. And then those spheres were kind of just floating. I don't know if I should do that again. All right, can I re-import this photo so it's not weirdly floating at an angle? Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Oops, do not mean to minimize Blender. There we go. Wait, why is it gone? Hello? Okay, well, let's just delete that and re-add it. Why is that at an angle? There, I hit one. It should be wind up. Now it's invisible. What is going on? Put this in here. Minimize. Can move it around. And then move the camera and it just disappears. I think Blender is drunk again. Oh, if I hit one, it comes back. Can I only see it at that angle? It's never done that before. I mean, it is just a reference for people to see what my old model was. What is this? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, well, let me just put that there, and we can have it auto hide when I'm not in this mode. Because that's apparently a thing now. All right, let's copy these arm bits to the other side. That's an easy thing I can do while I'm not doing anything. Okay, and then I have to copy over the entire hand. That's going to be a pain. There's so many parts to this. I don't want to join it to copy it because I want these parts separate so I can attach them to the bones separate so I don't get any weird deformations. Oh, I guess I didn't rename that. All right, this shall be left hand plate. Right hand plate. Yep, that one over there. I really need to get a consistent naming convention. I guess it doesn't really need to mirror that since it's a sphere, but you never know with Blender. Might as well just do everything. Can I should be able to copy paste and then change the location of a bunch of stuff. Okay, that should be everything I've left to copy paste. Oh, but if I copy paste, it's gonna mix all the names up, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I was afraid was gonna happen. But is everything okay, everything's selected properly? Although I don't think I can change location of everything, right? Yeah, that doesn't work. Can I mirror everything? Okay, everything mirrored properly. That was surprising. So now I think I just need to move everything over. Which is going to take a little while. Actually, let me put all of these over and then I'll rename them. I don't know why the loudest people get the top floor. Like, they should have put me in the... Oh, wait, what's this one? Must have missed that. Okay, everything looks intact over here. How is over here doing? Very broken. Oh, I still need to flip them globally, I guess. Wait, is that the right thing to do? I don't think that's really gonna change anything. I might have to just do these one at a time. Oh, right, because I moved. Wait, did I flip everything? Can I mirror? Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's the right spot. Okay, that one was. Let me just redo that one. Oh, and that one's messed up. Yeah, let's redo both of those. So I need the wrist to thumb and the base of the ring finger. This one. I shouldn't need to mirror it. And then this one. I do need to mirror that one though, because it has a weird orientation. Okay, that should be everything moved over and to the right spots. Almost. What if I don't mirror that? I could just manually move it in place. Okay, and then this one. I'll just bang and move that one as well. Okay, I think. Oh, wait, that whole thumb is kind of offset. Is it offset on the other side? It's not offset on the other side. Okay, I might just redo the whole thumb. I mean, it shouldn't matter, but it's easier to fix it now than it would be later on when I realize it's a problem. And let's just do these one at a time. Actually, let me rename all this stuff over here. Because that is kind of cluttering everything. Also, I need to save. Probably should have just went with L and R instead of spilling out left and right. So it has saved me some time and also lined things up better. Oh yeah, so in Warudo, if you have you have the normal model, which is the body, and then you also have if you have a hat or something, it'll show up as a separate thing you can toggle on and off. And it'll do that for every named part. So on my last model, I had all the different wires and the hair and all that stuff, and those showed up as different parts. But they were grouped together. So there wasn't too many. But I think on this one, Baruto might get mad that I have all these different pieces. All right, let's get the thumb. I guess, yeah, we can just copy paste them all to start with. This one. I should just move it first. Do mirror global X. And then shift. Now did it go in the right spot? Okay, that looks like it would be in the right spot. Let's get the base of the thumb first. Where is that? There we go. I'll just rename it. Then move it. I shouldn't need to mirror it anyway. Is that in the right spot? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, rename. Move and mirror. So the one we just did? Yeah, it is. Okay. This one. Rename. Move and mirror. And then last one. Okay, that should be the entire hand moved over and actually in a proper place. Yeah, everything looks good now. Wait, what is this? Oh, that needs to get renamed. I think maybe off stream I'll go through and clean up all these names because some of them I have at the body part and then the left or right side. And then over here I have the side and then the part. So I think I'll keep this naming convention when I do the part and then the side. Because that way the left and right hands will all be in the same section. I wonder if there's a way. So I know Blender has these collections. Wonder if I could use that to group this stuff so I could like minimize it and not have this giant wall of items I need to go through. Wait, it's Monday, isn't it? No, it's Tuesday. Why did I think it was Monday? Okay, well, that is. Oh, I need the elbow. Elbow left. Going to cut paste. Where did it even go? Did I not copy the elbow? What happened? Okay, before the rename. Elbow left. Copy. Why is it up there? Did I accidentally click on something weird? Yeah, why is it pasting in this collection now? Oh, that just showed everything, didn't it? Why is the face in that collection? Okay, I shouldn't have mentioned the collection. That is breaking everything. Okay, this one. I would like to copy paste. Oh, let me click on that. There we go. Elbow right. Move that over. Yeah, so after how weird that was being, maybe I don't want to mess with collections. And mirror that just because. Okay, so that is the skeleton and the plates for the arms. Maybe done. I kind of don't like how they're looking. I mean, it should look better when I get like wires and joints and stuff. But I still feel like maybe that's too much. I might redo these plates. I don't like how big they are. Maybe you just need to make them like shorter like this. Okay, I'll save that for when I actually put in wires and stuff, because that's not, if I just did that in 2 seconds, that's not hard to do. Okay, so now, I still don't really know what to do for the body. I definitely don't know what to do for the head. I think I'll probably, for the head, I'll probably go for a different hairstyle, because the last hairstyle here, the hair going behind was almost always hidden by the neck. So there's a lot of people that thought I was bald. I guess I could do spine. I mean, the problem is I still don't know the faces in there. Okay, so my reference models, they don't have a spine, they're just a shell. I do still kind of want to go for the open midsection kind of look. So I guess I will have to have a spine connecting the waist to the chest. Actually, I should probably cut, instead of having this like a solid thing, I should make this two more plates, one for front and back. That way I can connect the legs to a spine. Actually, now that I think of it, that was my original idea. Let's have a plate in front and a plate in back. I don't know why I went with this. Because that just looks so out of place with everything else that I've done so far. Okay, let's pick a new plate. To make that more flat. I think I need to go complain to management about them. They're gonna like come through the floor with how much they're stomping around. Okay, maybe I have this aim down because I do want that kind of front curve. Don't know how much. Because I can just use this to cut out a section out of this. So it's not all wasted. Actually, can I just extend that? Yeah, that'll cut out a shape. Looks really stupid right now. Actually, should that be bigger? Well, I guess not, because these plates probably need to change some. So let's do this to mesh. And then this one, modifier, let's do intersect, and that should leave everything inside of this shape. Right? I don't want to straight up delete it. That did not do what I thought it was going to do. That just cut it in half. That's not okay. I guess that surface might be. Is this side of it considered inside the shape? It shouldn't be because that's where it thinks the origin is. You know what? Maybe I'll just do what I've been doing this whole time. Let's make that really big. And then we'll have the cube. Make another cookie cutter. Actually, let's just make that smaller. Okay. Do this one. Cut by this one. Okay, nice. And then we'll have this one cut by this one. Difference. Apply. Perfect, that's what I wanted. So that could be the front. That's not as curved as I would like. You know what? We can just throw another curve at it. Okay, where's the original? I don't need that anymore. Because I got my cookie cutter. And a surface. Let's make that go down a little. Okay, maybe there. Okay, let's try this again. Convert to mesh. You cookie cutter. This. Apply. Okay, where even is this cube? There we go. So that seems kind of small. Actually, let's just scale it up. No, it looks huge now. I don't know. I think these leg parts are kind of throwing me off. Where is the body for reference? Yeah, I guess that's an all right size. Okay, let's do edit, separate, by loose. I should be able, there we go. Origin to geometry. So that's a front plate. And I guess actually I could do a different cutter for the back plate. right? I could do more of a triangle. So we could have like bikini shaped plates. Oh, that ping is just million voice chat. I clear out everything else. Okay, so actually, would Twitch get mad if I have that as a plate? Like, should I have a triangle in the front and the back? I probably should, right? Yeah, let's do that. Just get rid of those. So I could do the same thing I did for the hands. All right, let's start with a cube again. And then it'd be kind of neat if I could like export this in real time and have it every time I add something to this, it updates a Waruda model. And you can, like, I can be using the model as I build it. But I know Waruda is such a pain, I probably couldn't automate something like that. All right, let's get reference. So I want, oops, I want to cut out probably the same kind of shape I did on the last model. I guess you can't see it here. But I basically had like shorts. I think we'll have to go with that. I'll still do the same idea as last time. Let's cut out. Actually, don't I still have. What cutter is this one? Oh, Dominic, thank you for the raid. How are you guys playing? Oh, that's the arm cutter. You rename that. Hey, Wildso. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for the follow. Okay, let me get rid of this body again. Mecha break. I think I remember someone mentioning that. Okay, so this is the progress we have so far. We got most of the arms, and now I'm trying to make pants. Not that one. Yeah, it probably was you. Yeah, so my last model here, the plates on it were actually from a Vroid model. And then I chopped out parts of the skin. Like this is actually skin. And then I put in wires and whatnot. But this time around, I want to do a full Blender only model. But I still have this as reference. It's Abomination. So like how I did the last model is I went into wireframe and then I just cut out a section like that. And that's how you like cut out the section here for the stomach. So this one, it looks impressive, but it's really not. And then this model that I'm doing is going to take a lot more work, but probably look worse overall. But right now I'm trying to get kind of a pants situation sorted out. I think that's probably good. Yeah, I'll definitely be changing it as I go. I really need to keep telling myself that this is just a rough knot. Whoops. And I need to stop trying to be perfect first try. I think maybe there. Okay, so the intersection of. Oh, wait, I need control click. There we go. The intersection of those three should leave us with kind of that shape. That's probably good enough for pants, right? Yeah, so I've just been going down everything I have in the library. I did have an in progress game section, but because I'm only doing one game at a time, that doesn't really matter. Except for times like this where I'm not actually playing the game. So the current one I'm doing is Floppy Nights, and that is. Whoops. No, I don't want to see Twitch page. The current one I'm doing is Floppy Nights, and that's maybe 1 or 2 streams, probably just 1 stream away from finishing. Luckily, my save file was able to be saved. Okay, let's do. Oh, I should probably get that curve. I should leave that as a point. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then let me get also these edges. Well, I need those to curve outwards. So I might have to make a cookie cutter for the cookie cutter to get that. Let's get these to be long enough to cut through everything. So what I've been doing, let me get rid of that body, is I'll make a box and then I'll cut out shapes. And then I'll use that to cut a shape into a surface. I need to get rid of that little bit, but I'll worry about that later. Okay, so now we have, I need to get the rest of that off. Actually, let me just delete that. Okay, and then actually I can delete these as well since I don't need them anymore. Okay, so now I would like to cut here with an outward curve, but save this inner part. So yeah, I think I might need a cookie cutter for the cookie cutter to be able to do that, because the intercept doesn't seem to work all that well. So let's get another cube. So I guess we'll just do this down here. Well, no, we need it to line up. I hate this pheroid skeleton because nothing's like really lined up. They kind of just threw it together by hand instead of using coordinates. All right, let's get 2 cylinders. Oops, 90, not 0. All right, so let's get maybe, oh, actually we could probably do this in one. I was thinking we might need 2 for this. I do need this in the middle though. But I mean, stuff like the left and the right don't seem to be lined up. And it would take more work to manually place a left side and the right side than it would be to just copy paste and then make one negative. Actually, is that? Okay, that's lined up. Which direction is this? Okay, that's not even showing up. Because I'm not on move? Oh well, set that to 0. Oh, that was forward and backward, wasn't it? No, I use VOD Studio for like this reference model and for the skin of my old model. And then for displaying it, I use Barudo, which is on Steam. But I currently don't have a model, so that's why you don't see anything. and that's why I'm working on this. Yeah, Waruda is pretty neat. When I first started out, I started with like Sea Face, but I had a lot of drifting issues. So I ended up swapping to Warudo. And Warudo you can use hand tracking too, so it's better anyway. Okay, let's try intersect. And that should leave us with pants. Intersect with this. That looks like it worked. Okay, I need these to get out of the way. Yeah, that worked. Got the Batman pants. I kind of want a little bit of thigh gap though. I might cut off the bottom of that. So I don't need that one anymore. That one, that's for the hand. That one I can get rid of. Nope, not that one. This one I can get rid of. That will be the inverted cutter for the curve for the front of the waist. Yeah, let me get what am I doing? Cylinder. I didn't really know what I was going to do for today, but I'm glad I did because it made, if I did all this progress offline, that wouldn't have been very good. Oh, I see progress of I'm still not moving anywhere near the pace that I normally do. Okay, the thigh gap should curve up or down? Because curving up like this would be easier. Curving down makes more sense. I think I'll just go easier. Make that cut the whole thing. Okay, I think my laundry's done. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, that's rotation. Okay, with that, maybe to there. Let's do this. Cut by this. Yeah, that's probably fine. I can delete that. So that'll be Part of her pants. And then out of that, we actually want to make that I know, we want this one to be smaller, like that. We'll have this cut by this one. And now that we have a hole, I was just get rid of that. And then through the hole, we can have a surface. You know, maybe it's a little too big, but we'll try it. Should that be more curved? Probably should. Do like that. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, we'll make this a mesh. We'll have this one cut by this one. Let's call this cut over the pants. So now we have a plate that is in the shape of pants, right? Separate by loose. And we can delete that. Okay, all that work for something that doesn't, I don't think that's curved enough. But I think part of my problem is that these side panels, they probably need to come around the front more. You know what? Let me put the laundry in the dryer real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I think the neighbor might have gotten like a tuba or something, as if they couldn't get any worse. You know what? Yeah, let me redo these leg parts so that this doesn't look so out of place. Actually, let me rename this. Where is it? Do not want to call it surface patch. That sounds much worse. Let's call that hips, plate, front. And move the origin to where it should be. Yeah, I hope you can't hear that. Maybe it's like a trumpet or tuba, some kind of one of the shiny ones. I should probably just, because I have the cutter for the arm. Move those all into the same area. Actually, is this? Oh, now let's just get rid of that. That's very old. So I have cutter pants, cutter for the hand, and the cutter for the arm. I can just reuse this arm cutter. Although I should probably, oh no, the hand cutter had jagged edges. This one should be fine. No, I can't just reuse that for this because it's basically the same shape. So yeah, let's delete these shins. I might bring around to the front. Does this have? Is that better if I did that? Well, if I moved it back. Can you guys hear that horn? Hey, Pred. I think it's going all right. Well, I'm gonna want to make those wrap around anyway. So let me just restart on all of these. So most of the stream I spent making this plate for the pants, which is probably sticking up too far. Yeah, let me back that up a little bit. Get rid of that body again. And then also, I did a lot of work on the arms and then the pant plate. And now I'm going to redo the legs. And then I'll reuse the cutter that I used for the arm for that. I just need to scale it up. I think I probably will have the front, or for the shins to have it on the front. And then the thighs, I can have it on the side. But before I do that, let me get the surface. Maybe we start with the shins. I think the shins should be pretty flat. Well, actually, no, I need them. I need it to be curved. Oh, wait, let me rotate this proper way first. Which actually means I probably don't need that. Yeah, that's fine. Can you guys hear the neighbor? Okay, is that the center? Yeah, it's about the center. Okay, yeah, they're muffled for me, but I also have headphones on, so I don't know how loud it actually is. All right, yeah, let's squish that down. That should make it more curved. Okay, perfect. I don't want to be curved too much up and down. But I do want it to be curved back by a lot. Like to wrap around the leg. And maybe that would be good. All right, let's get cookie cutter involved. Make that taller. I could, but I think once I cut out this part, it's going to look a lot better. Because that'll just be... You know, I could have it... I think maybe like connect all the way around at the bottom and then unconnected for the rest of it. If we're going to do that, let's get rid of that one. Let's just move this off to the side for now. And then we'll do a sphere. And I want this to be so if we do something like this, I can chop off the bottom and then carve out. If I chop off the bottom and then carve out a curve, I think that'll give what we want, right? Although maybe I want a cylinder for this, not a sphere, because I don't want these curve this way. Or do I? Yeah, maybe we do a cylinder instead. I mean, everything is very rough so far. So I do want curves, like this is all curved, and I'll probably end up changing the arm plates as well. Because this is all still very rough in what it actually is. Hold on, I'll just make the whole thing smaller and then longer. Okay, so that'll have a nice curve to it. I don't know if I want it that wide though. How wide are normal legs? Okay, much smaller. If I did like that. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then let's cut off the bottom. So that's flush with the floor. Maybe like there. To this one, cut with this. Oops. There we go. And then let's maybe use a sphere to cut off the curve that way. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Do you see what I'm going for here? Let's do like that, maybe? Well, so I kind of want a full ring around the bottom. So it's not really going the way I expected it to go. Maybe I need maybe just less rotation. And then I can probably just cut off the top. Well, no, I need this more rounded. Well, not that round. Maybe just half a sphere? So it's not going two different directions? Now let's start over with the sphere. Then let's just do half a sphere. Okay, so if I did... Oh wait, let's do half this way as well. Because I kind of want... Oh, I'm not going to be able to draw through this because there's not enough polygons, but I kind of want like... So a full ring around the bottom, it's like there, and then up through here to like that, to cut off that much. Yeah, very awkward oval. So if I just like stretch this enough, I think that's what I need. I just need to figure out the right angle and stretch. Actually, is that it? Maybe like that? I just need to figure out left and right. Yeah, because this needs to come out more to cut. It looks fine from the side view, but I want that front. Maybe I need a cylinder for this, not a sphere. Yeah, let's do cylinder. I just need to get proportions right again. Maybe like that. I think the top will probably need some work. But I think that might be it. So let's do a cut. Get that out of the way. So maybe. And obviously I'll need to cut through the middle as well. Actually, let me undo that cut. So we'll make a smaller one of this to make a tube. That way it can be thin like these parts. Okay, now let's do this one. Cut by this one. Okay, much better. And we have this one come in. Like that. Cut by this. Okay, much better. I don't really know what to do with the top though. I feel like maybe the corners need to be rounded. Let's get the arm cutter. I don't want to cut off the bottom, but I do want to round out the top. I think that might be better. Let's do, if I make this longer, that's going to make these, well, that's probably fine. I just want the bottom to be out of range. Is that cutting into the bottom? It is. Okay, I need to make that a bit wider. And I can just move it down. Actually, if I do that, I can make it shorter as well. Okay, the bottom should be safe, and then the top should be rounded off. Right? Oh, that's gonna cut off a little bit. I guess I should just make that wider. Wait, is that one? Oh, that's not centered on the leg. That's why it was off. Okay, that should be good there. Let's get that cookie cuttered. Yeah, that's better. Does that look like a good shin? Although I kind of want this bottom rounded as well, but I can't really cut too much into that. I mean, it'll also look better when I do. Oh, I guess one thing is because this was made out of a cylinder, it has kind of chunky. It's kind of chunky, whereas these ones are smooth. Actually, what's the geometry look like on this? Why is this one so much worse? Because it should be basically the same thing, right? I guess the edges aren't as good. Oh well. Okay, if that one can go away, that one can hide. I think we'll stick with that for now. Let's call that I guess leg plate bottom. Leg left plate bottom. I'm definitely gonna fix these naming conventions off stream. But let's duplicate that. Make it a right plate. And they should be symmetrical. They weren't. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, they kind of look like those, the pants that have the bottoms that go out. That was unintentional, but I kind of like it. We're doing like a 70s or 80s robot whenever those pants were popular. I thought bell bottoms were like old timey dresses. Is that what those pants are called? Where they kind of flare out at the bottom? You know, I could probably do the same thing for the arms. I could have a loop connected all the way around on one side and then have it kind of spear off on another side. Which I probably want the loop at the base. And I don't want that to intersect with the body. And it wouldn't really make sense with the elbow. Actually, does Atlas have something like that? Or not Atlas, Peabody. I feel like one of them had something like that, right? Maybe it was Atlas. I mean, almost with the legs. Because this top part, it looks like it wraps all the way around, but it doesn't. And then it has this offshoot. And my model, especially since it doesn't have any texture to it, looks so terrible compared to these two. But once again, I need to keep telling myself this is just a rough draft. We are editing as we go. Especially with these shins. These shins of they're significantly better than they were. Hey, look, we got a butt. Good band. Okay, so what should I do for the thighs? Because I still want... Let me hide these guys. I still want, like, the general curve of a leg. But then I need to meet the curve of this. Which actually, if I move that down some, I think this inner curve right here, kind of a problem. So wait, I want that to be wind up with there. Well, I'm gonna move these legs down anyway. They probably don't need to be that long. I'm kind of tempted to attach what I have so far to the armature so I can like move it around. But then I'm gonna have to rely on the undo to unattach it. And I still haven't found that setting for how many undos I have available. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So I think Peabody has that. Yeah, so it almost wraps around at the top, and then the inner edge is exposed. Although the ones I have currently, I think the problem with that is it's kind of sloped forwards. But I can rotate it just to see how all the rotations are messed up. Actually, I think I can do. And like here, can I reset rotation? There's something in here where I can set this as like normal. It's not lock. Hold on, I need to look this up. Set. I know I've looked this up before for scale. I assume it'll be the same. Yeah, sets current scale to 1. Control A and then select scale. Is that really a thing? Oh, it is. Okay, that's exactly what I want. And because they just told me shortcut instead of how to do it here, I'm not going to remember it. Let's do rotation. Same for this one. Scale, rotation. Okay, so now I should be able to move. Where did that window go? I guess it's not here. Okay, sorry, I was clearing out some Discord stuff. So I should be able to rotate that one by 90. So you mean kind of like that? But I guess also rotate it inwards. I mean, I think that's going to be basically how the thighs are going to look. So I think we'll keep these ones facing forwards. And then we'll have the thighs kind of exposed. Which actually, it would be like there's jeans that have like a chunk cut out of the side. It would be like the inverse of that. How do I get? There we go. Okay, it's N to make that go away. If I did this, rotate. Oh, great, I'm moving the wrong one again. Okay, give me this, copy, move the new one, rotate, 180. And here, 90. So something like that. Well, maybe flip the other way around. I'll just do it manually for now. Would that be good for like a thigh plate? Yeah, the ring near the knee. I think that could work because the more plate I have covering, the less like wires and junk I need to fill in this area. Because the wires are going to be kind of a hard part. Although I do want the thighs to be bigger than the shins. Because that would make more sense. Okay, let's scale this direction. Well, it still needs to be tube-like. And we did try carving from a sphere earlier, and it doesn't work out as well. So I think that's pretty good. Maybe tilt it forwards a little bit. But how does that fit the real model, the base model? Oh, it's kind of close. I think that's probably fine. Let's rename this. All right, leg left plates top. And then leg right plate top. Put that. Okay, that's progress. I'll definitely want to do something like that for the arms. I don't like these ones anymore. Tilting this one clockwise. No, because that looks kind of more straight up and down. I want it to kind of line up with this. I think maybe we'll stick with this for now. I don't really like the knees anymore. I need to find a better way to do the knees. Because those are clearly just cylinders with rods sticking out of them. Okay, so I mean, should I copy paste that up to the arms as well? I feel like it's a bit much if I keep reusing the same shape. It's fine here because they're rotated in different directions, so you can't really tell that they're the same. But I do like that shape that I made, or we made. Yeah, I definitely don't like these anymore. Let me just get rid of them. I think the hand plate is probably fine. I'll just need to connect that with, wires and pistons and all that. I still don't know what to do for the the main body area. Now, I don't know if I don't really know what that's gonna look like in movement. Because these blocks are probably gonna clip through each other. So yeah, I'll probably have to change those. I don't know if I want to go with cylinders or should I keep it blocky because Peabody has pretty blocky fingers. But also, it's not really something you notice in game because one hand is like inside the portal gun and the other one is holding it from the bottom. So you don't really get a chance to see the hands up close. You know, this whole time I could have shoved a skeleton into Peabody and put that in Warudo, but I feel like I probably shouldn't do that. So kind of implied that like I made the Peabody model. I definitely didn't. These portal models are actually from someone that like exported them out of the game. So these are like official. Oh, I still need the back plate for this. I don't know. Should I just do, you know, like what the back of shorts would look like, or should I copy paste this and flip it? Probably should just copy it. All right, hips, plates, back. I'm going to rotate this way, 180. And then we'll kind of have to eyeball the direction it needs to go. I guess let's get the reference body. I guess it doesn't need a full rotations. Do that. Okay, how's that? Yeah, that's probably fine. I still don't really know how I'm going to connect all these. How are they attached here? I guess there's just so much like wires and stuff. You can't really tell how it's attached. Yeah, it's just kind of on there. I might change the bones eventually. We'll have the multiple ship of Theseus throughout all this. Wait, are these plates just floating? Yeah, I don't think that's connected at all. I mean, I guess that's fine. That's close enough that nobody's going to be able to tell. Do you mean? Let me get back to the model. If I made them stick out this way more? I mean, I guess maybe that's a little better. Yeah, I mean, the more I see, because like these plates are so much higher quality than these, I'll probably just end up replacing the knees with something else eventually anyway. But yeah, filling up the space is a little better. Let me just get that on both sides real quick. Yeah, if they were actually like in this circle bit, it would make more sense. But also, yeah, I think that might be a little too big. Yeah, that's like comically large. But I'll replace them. I'll figure out something better for them later. I mean, I'll probably change these bones as well because I feel like they're maybe too thin. If I had thicker bones, that would look better. 'Cause this definitely looks bad coming out of this plate now. Just not all of it, just this direction. But also on top of this, I need to add a bunch of like wires and stuff in here. So that'll fill up more of the space. Bone in the middle and cylinder on either side. I don't really know what you mean by that. I think on Peabody's arm, there's something like that. Well, not really. But I know like there's an outer connection and then the other part kind of hooks onto that and rotates around that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking to have be nice if I could just like draw. Actually, there is a draw function, right? Let me save before I break anything. there is somewhere like you can hide. Maybe not. Annotation? Okay, let me see. Is there a way I can just draw on the canvas? Grease pencil. I know it's paint on 3D objects. I'm just painting the space. Oh well, we don't need it. I was kind of thinking to have one limb. Where is this? I'll hide this real quick. So if I had this bar, like, come up on the outside, you have the rotate bit in the middle, and then this bar to come in from the left side. So they're like both hooked into the same, or no, one of them would be hooked to the circle directly, and then the other one would kind of leap around and connect to the center. Maybe it was Atlas that had something like that. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I want like a single rotor. I think that would look better. Let's look at Atlas. Okay, so that's kind of the opposite of what you're talking about. So this has 2 bars and a rotor in between. And you're saying 2 rotors and a bar in between. But what I'm thinking is does he have anything like that? I guess kind of like this joint right here is there's a bar here coming down attached to the rotor, and then the other side is coming kind of out of the side of the rotor. So I want something like this joint. I think that might be better. Does he have any other joints that show it better? I mean, kind of, if you look at the forearm, so there's this one pipe and that attaches the rotor. And then off of the rotor on the spinny bit, there's another pipe for the rest of the arm. So something like that, I think would be best. But we'll probably save that for next time. Oh, let me hide Alice again. Save. Because I need, well, my laundry is still going. But I also need to get some food, so I think I'll probably just call it here. Did another 4-hour stream. I really need to get back to 3-hour streams. Let's make sure that's saved. And let's see, is there anyone to read Deluxe and stream it again? All right. Discord link is below the stream. I don't feel like copy pasting it right now. We'll do a raid, and tomorrow we'll work on this. After stream, I need to go through and rename all this stuff. But I really need to go.
I don't think piracy is necessarily that bad.
See, do I have anything?
As
I think I have a cutters hidden. Yeah, so I'll get to renaming stuff. All right, goodbye, everyone.